everyone. It's Dr. Baby, the brown girl in Beijing, and this is the Diary of a Foreign Black Girl. Hi friends, how y'all doing? So I did not give a part 2 yesterday because I did nothing. Yeah. So for today is Friday, August 5th. My flight was scheduled to return to Beijing on Saturday, August 6th. Talking to my parents this morning, I had had breakfast, sitting by the pool, reading a book, talking to them, and I'm telling them, oh, as far as I know, everything is fine. Finished talking to them, saw a notification that came to my phone 3 minutes prior to me checking it to say that my flight had been canceled. So I'm like, ooh, fun. So they give you the option, of course, to change the flight time for free. So I checked just out of curiosity for today, Friday, nothing. Nothing on Saturday, nothing on Sunday. There's a flight on Monday. So I'm about to do it, and then I'm like, I need to check to see if the hotel if I can stay in my room. Which did not even make sense. Like, my logic didn't even make sense, because I can't, like, the earliest that I can fly out is Monday, so I might as well just book the ticket, right? Didn't. So go to the front desk, leave the pool, go to the front desk to check. We work it out, pay for the extra nights, great. Go to book the flight on my way back to the pool, gone. Awesome. So check for Tuesday, see a ticket, let's go. And then just booked another room at the hotel. So yeah, I'm here until Tuesday at least, and I am tempted to be anxious and to be nervous because the policies regarding COVID here in China, they change so quickly, so you just never know, and that in itself tempts me to just remain in a state of anxiety. But I am at the beach, right? Even though the beach was sectioned off. And I don't know if it's because of the weather, so it's like really windy, so the water is a bit choppy, it's a bit rough, like I can see it from my room. So I don't know if it's because of the weather or if it's because they don't want anyone gathering on the beach because of COVID or what. So I don't actually know if the beach will open up before I leave. Maybe since I'll be here, I'll have the opportunity to drive to take a car to another beach. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, when I open my door, I hear the waves. I can go and sit by the pool. This is a resort kind of hotel, so there are a couple of places to just sort of relax if I want to leave my room. My room is really nice, and we're not on lockdown, so I can still walk around outside if I so choose. So I'm choosing to be thankful for the extra time to rest and to be alone. My mother was like, you can read a book, maybe make a new friend. I'm like, we're not making any new friends. If it happens, fine, but I am not looking to make any new friends here. I'm gonna be friends with Jenny at the receptionist desk and call that a day. But yeah, get some time to just be alone, to not have to go out anywhere, to be with anyone. I can just be alone. The thing is though, I overpack for every trip, every single trip. I always have contingency plans. I always bring at least twice the amount of underwear that I think I'll need. I count out the days that I'll be there, bring outfits for each day, and then bring backups. So yeah, my bags are usually pretty full, and I usually never use like half of the things that I bring, because I always find that I'll just wear these jeans again, or I wore the shirt for like 2 hours, I can wear it again. So this time I'm like, Shannon, you are going with the sole purpose of going to the beach and sitting by the pool. You are not trying to go out and be fancy. Like, it's hot, you don't need long jeans, you can carry a pair of shorts. So I traveled in shorts, and I brought 3 dresses. I brought 3 cover-ups. So the other 2, this is like a jersey dress, sort of. But of course it's too short on me, I'm too tall. And the other 2 they sort of look like dresses, but they're pretty sheer. Like, you know that they're cover-ups. So yeah, I don't really have clothes to sustain me, so I have to wash. And so I have not washed clothes in the sink in years. I think the only time I did it in China was when I first moved here, and we stayed at the Orange Hotel for like a month, and I had to wash clothes in the sink, and then like lay them out all over the place to dry. So that's fun. I just did some of that. Yeah, it's gonna be, for right now at least, you know, everything is okay. That being said though, we'll see if I have any more adventures between now and Tuesday, which means that maybe there will be another update, maybe not. Maybe after this we might just do a video montage. I don't really know. I don't have a plan. I was gonna go and visit the Dolphin restaurant today. Maybe I still will. It's 1:05 right now. I would need to go before 3:30. Yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't have to rush it now. Of course, with my luck, if I don't go today, they'll, for whatever reason, close down tomorrow, and then I'll just never go. Which, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, is it? The world won't fall apart. So yeah, I don't really have plans. I have a book that I'm going to finish reading. I have a journal that I'm sure I can write in. I have a shawl that I've been crocheting, that I brought an extra skein of yarn so I can crochet that. I have my laptop, I have Apple TV, I have Wi-Fi. I'm okay. I have snacks that I have not. I've only eaten like dried mango slices and walnuts. So I still have snacks. So, and I have water. So yeah, I think maybe, or I'm looking at this as the Lord giving me the opportunity to make up for lost time just being in this kind of environment. Yeah, because the last time I visited a beach was when we were in the Philippines in January 2020, before all of the madness started. And I wanted to come to Sanya last year around the same time, and this happened. But this happened before I could even book a ticket. And so it was just like, no, don't book a ticket. This time around, there were like hints that something could be happening, but literally everything was already booked. So it's just like, just go and hope for the best. And that is what we have done. So this might be a disaster of my own making, or this is just an actual holiday where I don't really have to do anything. There are some things like, you know, I can check on, but whatever I need to do, I can do virtually. School doesn't start for another couple of weeks, so I'm okay on that front as long as I can get back into Beijing before the 15th. So yeah, this is my update. Don't know if there will be any more after this. So y'all be easy, y'all take care, and I will see you soon. Alright, so you can see a little bit that the waves are a little bit rough. They're not like tumultuous, but to be in the water, just sort of like chilling, it's a little bit much. And I can feel the wind, so it's a little choppy. Did y'all hear the water? I have longed for this sound, to be able to hear this sound naturally for years. Look at that. Beautiful. And dun dun dun, McDonald's. Just in case I start running out of money and still need to eat. We hope it won't come to that though. Hey everyone, how are you? This is day number, I don't know, but today is Monday, I'm pretty sure, and it is August 8th. I have been in Sanya since August 3rd. So I've been here 5 days. I guess today would sort of make day 6 because I came in early on the 3rd. Anyway, so update. I had booked a flight for, my initial flight was Saturday, got canceled. Booked another flight for Tuesday, got canceled. Silly me, just canceled the whole thing, got my money back, to try to fly out to somewhere else because I thought that, you know, maybe going to Beijing was the problem. Maybe I need to go somewhere else first and then I can go to Beijing. I was just trying to get out of Sanya. Did not work. And so I had to rebook a ticket and it was more than twice as much as my initial ticket cost. But you know what? It's fine. Okay. It's cool. Yeah. So the new policy is that, like, the government has said they understand that there are so many tourists here that, you know, just want to get back to wherever they came from. And so they're doing this 7-day risk assessment where in 7 days you need to be tested 5 times. And in some articles, so all of the articles said 5 times in 7 days. And in some articles, it specified the first day, the second day, the third day, and then the 5th day and the 7th day. And this dropped on the 6th. So in my mind, the 7th is the first day of this 7-day risk assessment, which was yesterday, Sunday. So I'm like, okay, Sunday to Saturday would be 7 days, so I should be able to fly out on the 14th, the next Sunday. So that's when I booked a ticket for. And so I had been getting tested around 3:30 or so. And, you know, like, I don't know if Sanya has had to do a mass testing before, but it was clear that they weren't very equipped for it initially when it first happened. Like, lines were, we talked about this, 2 hours of waiting, 2+ hours of waiting. Or you get there really early and you wait for an hour or so to get tested. And then your results, they take forever to come in. One set of results took 9 hours. Another set of results took a day and a half. And I got tested on the 5th and I got tested on the 6th. Now, on the 6th, the place where I normally go, or I normally went, was closed. And I went to the nearby hospital, which was like sort of right across the street. And they were like, nope, we're not doing it. So they sent me to the library, and I had to get a DD to the library. And that line was very short. I mean, I was literally like in and out. And those results came in like 3.5 hours. Like, I didn't even bother to check that day, just because I assumed that it wouldn't come out until after midnight. And when I checked the next morning, 3.5 hours, I was like, bet. And so I had 24 hours. And then, I don't know, like maybe a few minutes later or something, or maybe I checked that evening. And so maybe the next day when I checked, it said 48 hours. And I was like, how? Because the test that I had taken, so that was the test that I took on the 6th. came through on the evening of the 6th. The test that I took on the 5th came through at 2 a.m. on the 7th. And that was what they registered as 48 hours. I was like, this is actually going to drive me insane. So I had to just let it go. And just pray that the Lord will work it all out. And so yesterday I went to go get tested around 2-ish. So the flight out is 12:40. And to my understanding, in order to leave, just in general, you need 2 tests within 48 hours of your flying out time or your departure time. So I've been trying to keep mine in the afternoon so that, you know, when I get to the airport, I'll have 2 tests within 48 hours of 12:40 p.m. On Sunday. So go, and we're barricaded, like the area is barricaded. I'm in a hotel and the area is barricaded. So there are testing points. There were testing points within the barricaded area. So yesterday there was not. And go to the barricade and I ask the volunteers that are there, like, hey, can I leave to go and get tested? And so he was like, yeah, there's nowhere to be tested. I'm like, what? He says you need to be tested between 9 and 12, 9 a.m. to noon. Oh, okay. So I'm like, there's nothing that can be done about me getting tested today. Like, that's it. 3 hours. Okay. And like, where is this? Who has this information? How can I get this information beforehand? So, of course, you know, it's not his fault. And so I thanked him and moved on. Got back to my hotel and asked the front desk, I'm like, hey, do you have a list of testing sites? And one of the girls there, she and I, we just sort of played the game of translation with our phone. So as she's typing, the other woman that's there is just like, no. so I just made like my ah sound. I'm just like, okay, thank you. So I said, you know what? I cannot stress. My ticket has already been booked. We're praying at this point. So I decide I'm just gonna rest for a bit, wait until the sun goes down, and then I'm gonna go and chill by the pool. And that is what I did. So I actually chilled in the pool and then by the pool. So after I'm out of the pool, I'm sitting poolside, just chilling, playing games, whatever. I get a text saying, Miss Evans, this notice is from the government. You need to go to this place to test between 7 a.m. and 12 noon. I have no idea who this is texting me, but it doesn't even matter. Just like, thank you. Appreciate it. And then she goes on to say, this is so-and-so from the front desk. So I'm like, oh, nice. She's like, you can add me on WeChat. Perfect. So that takes care of one issue. But then the other issue was, you know, if we're going to be here for a week, things are closing down. The hotel only offered breakfast. Well, let me not say they only offered breakfast. So breakfast is available, and my room comes with breakfast. But the other restaurants in the hotel weren't in operation from the first day that I came here. And the place where we get breakfast, they're only open for breakfast. So I had ordered food. Today is Sunday. Today is Monday. So Saturday I ordered food and it came to the hotel. But yesterday when I ordered food, it came to the barricade and I had to go and pick it up. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to order food. So I had ordered like cup noodles from like a little store and some drinks. And the hotel provides water. So I can, if I need to hunker down, you know, I can. And so I texted the girl from the front desk and I'm like, hey, you know, just in terms of food, like, is it going to be available here? You know, like, can I get dinner somewhere? Do I need to order room service? What can I do? So she's like, restaurants are closed, but you can order from the hotel. And so she gives me this, or she sends a picture of this notice, and it says that lunch you can get from 12 to 3, and dinner you can get from, I think, 6 to 9. And it had fees on it, prices on it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So on my way back to my room, it was like just after 8:30. And so I walk into the dining area and I see someone and I'm just like, food? So she's like, oh yeah, here. And so it's this like takeaway box. She gave it to me, gave me some chopsticks, and I was like, do I have to pay? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. So I have all these noodles that are backups, or like, I guess midnight snacks or something. But I'm gonna try today and see if it truly is free for lunch and dinner. If so, you know, it's that. I know that people have really, really bad experiences in lockdown, especially when they're in another city. And I truly do not want to minimize that experience. And I've had frustrating moments. I had a moment yesterday, or maybe either yesterday or the day before, where I literally just sat on this same couch and just cried for a few minutes, because everything was just so frustrating. I think it was on Saturday, looking for a testing site. And then there were, most of the people here have been very kind, very helpful, very compassionate. But there were some people that I've run into where they were just very blunt, and very, like, if they saw me coming, it's just like, I don't really want to deal with this. That was sort of the attitude. And then if I asked a question, it would be this immediate, like, no, and no chance for a follow-up or clarification. And it was almost like, just like, I've already answered you, go away. Like, I'm not entertaining this anymore. And fine, I guess, but it was very frustrating. But yeah, I'm grateful for the people that have been helpful and sympathetic, because, like, yes, I've been living in China for 4 years, but this is a different city, and they obviously have different rules. They have different ways of responding. We've been in the midst of this pandemic for almost 3 years now, and still different cities have different ways of responding. And so even though I've gone through this, I'm in a new place, and this is very foreign to me. And just the way of reporting the COVID test results was foreign to me, and it was strange to me, and yeah, it did not work for me, kind of thing. And so I'm already frustrated by that, and it was just like, and not speaking the language, this is one of those times where not speaking the language really got in the way, especially if, you know, I met someone who wasn't as patient as I would have needed them to be, and I mean, they have to deal with all kinds of situations. They have to deal with people trying to come in and out of the barricades, who might not be following the rules, and so they can get frustrated. And so I'm sure that me coming and them having to do something extra, in terms of trying to understand what I'm trying to say and then convey themselves in a way that I understand to them. Like, I understand that can be frustrating, but it's just like this chain of frustration that doesn't end. So I've been trying to keep my cool. So far, my parents are fully aware of what's happening. Aside from them, people who know I'm here know from the news that I'm stuck here. There are a handful of people that I have confirmed that I've been stuck here with. And that's just because the more that I have to explain it, the more anxiety it gives me, or the more it raises my level of anxiety. I know that people are like, they genuinely just want to know, like, how are you doing? Is there any way that I can help? You know, like, what can I do? They want to offer words of advice and words of wisdom. And that's an overload for me. And so the less people that know, the easier for me to sort of navigate. And then I don't have to check in with like 10 people, 20 people to say like, hey, this is what happened today. This is how it's going. Which is, you know, why I'm recording this. So I can blast this out to many people at once. So yeah, that's what's been happening the past few days. I'm hoping to be able to be back in Beijing before the start of the school year. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so this is just a quick look of what it looked like once they got testing a little bit more organized. So there were multiple stations at each site, so the lines were shorter, moved more quickly, and I was in and out in just a few minutes. So yeah, part 3 is coming out soon. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on. See you soon.